Flammkuchen, also known as German pizza. First, our human begins by putting bacon in a pan. Oh, look at that. Clearly, he has made a mess. But, nonetheless. Onwards. Next, he prepares an onion. He begins by slicing a very thin piece, and immediately begins to cry, like a little girl. He gives up and begins slicing thick pieces, almost cutting his hand. The bacon is coming along. Since it will go on later into the oven, he does not want it too dark. Therefore, it is time to remove. Back to gather his onions. If he can gather them. You can do it. Maybe. He has removed most of the oil from the pan, but leaves a little bit, and he adds his onions. He tries to separate them with his spatula, but fails horribly, so he switches to his fingers. In an attempt not to bend himself, he separates them. He is going to caramelize his onions. This takes time. He preheats his oven to 500 degrees Fahrenheit, as hot as he can get it. He prepares his scale and gathers his bowl. 2 cups of flour, or 250 grams. That is a mountain of flour. He adds 1 cup of water, or 125 milliliters. The same as 125 grams if you know your metric system. He then adds 2 tablespoons of olive oil. Just 2, no more. A generous pinch of salt. He doesn't like to get his hands dirty, so he begins with a spatula, slowly mixing the dough. And eventually he realizes his hand is better. He begins to mix it, still trying to avoid getting his hands dirty. Eventually, it begins to form. He throws it onto his cutting board and begins to knead. Slowly but surely, it comes together. He puts it aside, cleans off his countertop because ants, throws his dough, and begins to roll it out. Traditionally, Flammkuchen is made into an oval shape, or a square. However, in this case, he is making it pretty round. Why? Because he has a pizza pan. Just right. Though semi-stuck to his countertop, it separates easily. And onto the pan it goes. He stretches it out like a normal pizza pie and sets it aside. And cleans up, because ants. Yes, clean. Next, he gathers crème fraîche, the basis of a traditional Flammkuchen. This is the homemade variety. Better, smoother, nuttier, fattier. With a little bit of pepper, more pepper, more pepper, more pepper, and more pepper. He also adds a pinch of nutmeg, the traditional spice of royalty. He mixes and mixes till it is nice and mixed. He gathers his bacon onto the cutting board. And begins to cut into small pieces. Chop, chop, chop. He sets it aside and grabs the dough. He dollops the crème fraîche and spreads it around. Add as much as necessary. Obviously, the more crème, the cremier it will be. A quick taste test, and he approves. Next, he sprinkles the bacon like candy. Oh, it's delicious. Grab every last bit. It is worth it. Next, he adds his caramelized onions. Although they look like burnt worms, it is still tasty. Make sure to get a nice, even coat. And to the oven. Let it cook anywhere between 12 and 15 minutes. Our mouths water as it slowly rises and bubbles. Once it has gotten crispy, he removes it from the oven. Slide. Oh my God. That looks delicious. Do not be alarmed at the burnt onions. We will see how it tastes. In it goes. And the nod of approval. For traditional Flammkuchen, it may require some time, but it is delicious. This has been Flammkuchen by Black Tie Kitchen. If you liked this video, hit the like button and subscribe for more. Until next time, follow us across all social media at Black Tie Kitchen and blacktiekitchen.com. And remember, stay hungry.